Hello, this is Rev Dore teaching the science of mind from Sarasota, Florida. It's a beautiful day after Easter. Hope you had a great Easter Sunday. Today we're going to talk about abundance, money, finances. You know, I spent a lot of time on the road, probably about 17 years on the road speaking and teaching, and I've spoken in over 800 churches. And you know what I found is that so many people have issues about money. They think that if you have money somehow or another, you're not a good person or you're not spiritual. But to be spiritual, you have to be noble and honest. There's nothing noble about poverty, ladies and gentlemen. Poverty sucks. There's nothing good about poverty. Nothing. It isn't good for the soul. It isn't good for the body. And it sure as heck isn't good for your wife or husband or children. You know, poverty is a state of mind you need to get out of as soon as you possibly can think your way out of it. And that's the only way you're going to get out is if you change your mind. Be you transformed by the renewal of your mind. Romans 12:10. Take that passage and put it on your bathroom mirror. You know, there's a couple of reasons that I've discovered, and I've done this from traveling around the country, and I believe this is true. See if it rings true to you. That even spiritual people have to pay rent or a mortgage. They have to have 3 square meals on the table. They have to take care of their children, provide for an education, get to and from work. Everybody has physical needs, and as long as we're wearing a human suit, we're going to have those spiritual needs, and they have to be honored. So we're all going to deal with money. So let's just get over the money problem because you're going to have to deal with it one way or the other. 2 things that I've heard more than anything else is that rich people sold out their soul and their integrity in order to get rich. They're not nice people. They're cold. They don't care about anybody. I have found that to be exactly the opposite. Some of the nicest people I ever worked with were multi-million or billionaires. I used to be a professional fundraiser for nonprofits before I was a minister. It was my job to work with these people. You don't raise money among the poor. You raise money among the rich. And these people worked their rear end off to get where they are. They didn't inherit it. They worked hard. They had one thing in common that the poor don't have: the ability and the willingness to take a risk. They were willing to roll the dice and bet everything they owned on success, and most people aren't. Most people are too afraid to do it. That separates the middle class from the wealthy. If there's one thing that you could say makes a difference, that's it. The other thing is they can imagine themselves as rich. So they could see it long before they had it. It was real to them. If wealth and abundance can never be real to you, it's just a dream, then you'll never experience it. It's that simple. It'll never happen. The mind must precede the fact. I'm going to say that again. The mind must precede the fact. The facts only appear when the mind conceives and approves of them and says, yes, I'm worthy of that. I can have that. I can see that for me. If you can't do that, then you can't have it. Wishing and hoping won't give it to you. You have to take ownership of it. You've got to say that it's mine. I can do that. And if you can't live in the end as already having it, you'll never have it. That's a big one. The other thing is get over the class warfare stuff. That's negative. It's limiting, and it'll keep you in poverty all your life. You play the victim, you will always be the victim. Nobody respects a victim. They might feel sorry for him, but they don't respect him. And if you say, well, I'm in the 99% and the 1% have all the money. Yeah, well, the 1% work pretty hard to get it. How about if maybe you think like the 1% and you can join them rather than complaining about them? Why don't we join them and then we can have the 40% rather than a 1%? That's the way to do it. Let's all get in the club rather than stay outside and curse the club. That's the second thing I would tell you. Get out of the victim mentality. God created every one of us equal. Every one of us has the 3 great gifts of imagination, will, and intellect. And every one of us can use them to create any state we wish. So let's get empowered. Let's get to work. Let's believe that we can do whatever it is we want and know it because God's given us the power to have it. Until we talk again, bye-bye for now.